What's up, guys? Hello and welcome back from the MLG Studios here in New York City. I'm axeltoss, joined by axslav. Before we proceed on into Game 4 of MKP versus Seed, Full Sail University. Pretty awesome opportunity for you guys if you're looking for the next stage in your educational life. fullsail.edu/MLG. Check them out, visit the website, and then you can fill in some information, and they'll send some information right back at you. Of course, Full Sail specialize in, honestly, video game stuff, esports stuff, you know, graphic design, video game design, video production, stuff like that. Really awesome stuff. So definitely, if you're looking for the next step in your educational career, check that out. I know May is coming up. A lot of graduations happen in May, I think. So if you're about to graduate and you're like, you know what, I want to do something in esports, I want to do something in video games, yeah, check out the website. Also, youtube.com/officialmlgsc2 is your source for 1080p VODs from everything MLG does. Literally every single VOD from the Winter Championships is on that channel right now. youtube.com/officialmlgsc2, 1080p. If you enjoy it, drop a subscribe. We did a great job. Like, I think we're doing great with subscribers right now. Like, we had 10,000 before the event, and now we're at like 19,000. So I want to thank you guys personally so much, because it makes me happy when people subscribe to our YouTube channel.
It's a lot of good content there. You wouldn't want to miss it.
Of course, we got comment of the day stuff there as well, and NOS performance tips, top fives, a bunch of stuff. Check it out. All right, stop babbling, axeltoss. Let's get into Game 4.
Let's do it. MarineKing is up 2-1 now. Game 4 is going to be on Star Station.
I like this map.
Yes.
Well, don't I say that about every map? Yeah, it's another one of those newer maps that is very refreshing as far as gameplay is concerned. Strategies are involved, of course. I think we have it forced cross. Can you confirm or deny? I think it is.
Yes, it is forced cross. Of course, the vertical and horizontal spawns, there's some two base pushes that are just absolutely unstoppable, specifically in Protoss and Terran versus Zerg.
Yeah.
But, you know, cross spawn is, I think, is actually a great map.
I think so, too. Honestly, from the Winter Championships alone, we saw some great matchups, or some great games on this map, like Pult versus
Life. Yeah, Pult versus Life. That was actually the Game 4, I think it was.
Yes. Yes, it was Game 4.
Game 4.
Not going to spoil anything here, but there should be a playlist on our YouTube channel.
The playlists are by rounds, so you want to go to playlist.
Isn't there going to be an individual playlist on like the best games? And I think that game was in it.
There is. That'll be coming up soon. But if you want to get there right now, you can just look for the round of 16 playlist. That's where
quarterfinals.
That's Pult MetLife.
For round of 8?
16.
Yes. No.
Yes.
You're right. Okay. Let's introduce these players. Top left hand location, we have the red Terran player, MarineKing. He's 1 win away from advancing on to the next round of this consolation bracket we're having, second chance bracket. His opponent in the bottom right is Seed, the blue Protoss player, trying to make a comeback, considering he's down 2-1. He was down 2-0, so definitely possible. But I think MarineKing is going to play this a little bit more safe. What did I miss?
Just as he said, I threw command center first on the low
ground.
Well,
there's safe options. Like,
yeah, there is. I mean, there's absolutely nothing risky about going command center first in TVP if you know the correct follow-ups.
So why are you laughing at me, man?
It was just kind of funny. Like
it was a little funny. I agree, but you got to stop attacking my emotions like that. You're confusing my little brain. Yeah, I mean, last game you only put 1 bunker, right? And he didn't scout as much.
Yeah, last game there was no scouting, 1 bunker. We actually saw Thorzane went command center first against Zake. And Zake did the, this was in the Winter Season Showdowns.
Oh, okay.
And Zake did the 1 base Void Arrow, and Thorzane held it easily just by holding, you know, the ramp to the main with like a bunker, a missile turret, and a siege tank. And then he preemptively pulled SCVs and wasn't even close. So you can easily hold that build if you know it's coming, if your SCVs are waiting, you know, so you don't lose any units before your SCVs can get their tank to damage.
That sounds like an awesome game. I wish I could watch it.
You know, I think you may be able to.
Really?
Yeah, there's youtube.com/official MLGSC2 under the Winter Season Showdown playlist.
So Seed is opening up here a little bit differently. 1 gas this time, taking a little bit faster of an expansion. Of course, both these players know it's forced cross, so you know, they can play with that in mind. Like if your opponent was horizontal to your location, you can't necessarily do something like this. It's a little bit more scary. But we see Seed deciding not to scout, unless I am very silly. Okay, I'm not very silly. MarineKing is going to be the first one to scout, sending that SCV into the darkness of Star Station to his opponent's side of the map. Going to meander into that natural expansion, going to see the timing of that Nexus before getting killed by a Stalker.
You know, one thing I like about Seed, he's really been adjusting his play. We saw last game, right? game 1 and 2, he opened with hallucinated fake Stargate units, right?
Yes.
So game 3, he makes real Stargate units and wins because MarineKing is not ready for real Stargate units that early in the game. And now what he does is he builds a Nexus at 20 food before building a single unit. The build C did can actually end up terribly if the Terran player scouts early and they blocked, the eBay blocked that spot. So, and C didn't, he just knew that MarineKing wasn't going to scout early because he noticed the scout time that MarineKing had been doing the last 2 games is that the SCV didn't get there until the Stalker was out, so he knew he had time to get that Nexus down.
C's going to be scouting with his Stalker. Of course, you know, that's one of the things you do after if you choose not to scout with the probe, you're generally going to start scout with that first Stalker because there's not much that can actually beat it early, at least this early. So this Stalker is going to be able to spot the natural expansion. He's going to spot the number of Marines, and I wonder. Okay, yeah. So there's 3 barracks on the field here for MarineKing, and I'm
going back to the build he did game 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So a little bit later factory, but the stim pack is going to be completing up in just a bit. There goes the factory down, and again, putting it close to the edge like he did in game 1, but seemed to work out then. So.
Well.
I mean, this is a different edge. It's not easy to get to. Oh, Stalker!
Oh,
no!
Wow, the Stalker actually got taken out there. That's actually a pretty big deal. No more map control here for Seed. He's going to be in the dark, unless he sends another Stalker. Oh, I think he only has 1 Stalker, though, making just Sentries and Zealots.
Exactly. A Sentry Zealot, of course, is the strongest early game Protoss direct confrontation army.
Any matchup?
Versus Terran, versus Protoss, we don't have Blink, and you have enough force field to trap them. And versus Zerg. So yeah, early in the game per cost, Sentry Zealot in a straight-on fight's the best. Of course, often Protoss get Stalkers early because you can be annoying, you can pick at your opponent and run around.
Yeah.
But, you know, what Seed's doing is he's teching kind of fast. He wants to get the early upgrades, he wants to get the early observers and see what's going on. And so he wants to just make an army that if Marines cross the map and attack him, he can just go and just absolutely destroy that Gateway army by trapping those force fields and having his Zealots carve it up into little tiny bits.
Let's see if MarineKing decides to take a 3rd command center or adds on 2 barracks here. It's
double reactor, so very similar to game 1. It actually looks exactly like game 1.
Yeah.
Everything he's done is exactly the same. 3 gases and everything. So I'd expect to see 2 more barracks being added down.
There they are.
Not for there they go. Exactly right now, and then he's going to crank out a ton of Marines. This time he's going to have an extra medevac though. Remember game 1 he lost that reactor, so it could be even scarier than it was in game 1. And the question, I mean, Seed got rolled in game 1, right?
He did, but he didn't make an immortal. I don't think he got this fast of a robo. He went 2 forges in the Twilight and then went 1/1 in charge.
Well, I think he had the robo fast, but he only built an observer with it.
Right.
He didn't build the immortal. So much faster High Templar. Right.
He's already getting a lot of Zealots out too, so it's not like he's saving up a bunch of money to put down a bunch of gateways.
He also went Blink before charge that game, and the Blink wasn't really that useful because MarineKing just went for the frontal attack. He did a 1 drop early, then he realized there were some Stalkers out. So this game, I'd actually expect, is he going to go Blink again, or he might actually just go straight for Storm?
Yeah, I mean, he completely foregoed any upgrade on the Twilight.
Yeah.
Which means he's, you know, why else get the Twilight unless you're getting +2 or unless you're going really fast in the Storm. But I think he spotted this army coming across the map. Of course, he has an observer at his opponent's natural expansion, so he's going to know this composition is coming. Now, the difference here is just now starting Storm. Oh, there's a timer here, a very scary timer. He only has 2 immortals.
At this point, there's only 2 medevacs, so I think Photon Overcharge and Force Fields, he should be okay. There goes Overcharge. Oh, those are some nice Force Fields.
Great Force Fields. Oh no, full energy Sentry just got destroyed there by MarineKing. Seed trying to keep his opponent away. Yeah, and a cannon's going to finish up here to help out a little bit. But again, MarineKing can just ignite those afterburners, head into the main base if he wants. Is he going to build a Widow Mine?
Oh, he is. I like that. That's a brilliant move. I feel like he overstepped there. He lost a lot of units.
I think he saw an opening. He's like, I'm going to go for it, but...
Yeah, with the 2 Immortals really packed such a big punch there. Took out so much of MarineKing's units, and he's trying to make something happen here, but with those losses early game, I don't know if he can do it. Storm is nearing completion.
Yeah, once that finishes.
But there's not Photon Overcharge is almost going to wear off in just about another, I think, 15 seconds.
He doesn't have quite enough energy to deploy another one.
Oh, the medevacs were thinking about going to the main. Widow Mine's picked up.
Here they go. Oh. Time warp.
Interesting preemptive time warp. So as soon as the units landed, they couldn't kite, and the Zealots, even without charge, would be to tear them up.
How much energy does Mother Core start with?
50.
So I wonder if it's ever worth like sacrificing Mother Core.
I would think
0 energy. Not now, but
yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, 2 High Templars just now being added. Widow Mine trying to see how brave it can be. MarineKing sending nothing but units across the field. 3 more pylons here for Seed as well as an additional gateway.
+2 armor though.
Yeah.
30 seconds to completion. It's just 30 StarCraft seconds. MarineKing is going to try to, he's going to go in right now.
Storm is done. High Tempo's coming forward. Remember, no ghost here. Storm's going down here from Seed, trying to push his opponent away. Lots of energy on these medevacs. Already placing down the Ignite Afterburners just in case they need to do a quick getaway. Seed needs to be a little bit careful here. Another Storm melting away a lot of Marines there. Don't want to overextend here from Seed.
Yeah, he wants to stay back. MarineKing lost a lot of Marines.
He has to take advantage. There's no reason to overextend. He knows his opponent doesn't have a third base.
I feel like Seed's in great shape to defend this. MarineKing lost so many of his Marines, which are the damage dealers. Both the Widow Mines died to the Storm.
Supply might be misleading here because, again, Storm can
it is. I mean, Seed's got +2 armor. He's got Storm.
Yep.
He's got a massive tech advantage.
Another Storm going down. He's trying to target down the Immortal. He gets the Immortal. Ignite Afterburner going down. He's going to try to get away. Widow Mine taking a shot at the Archon. That's not going to do a lot of damage. No more High Templars in this composition, so again, Seed has to be careful. Archon actually, or Factory is absorbing some damage as well. I'm a little bit scared for Seed here. I don't know how confident he should be. Needs more High Templars, in my personal and humble opinion.
He would like a couple more Storms. MarineKing is having a lot of problems healing his army. The Medifacts are out of energy, a lot of hurt units in there. The Factory's taking damage. Once that goes down, it won't be a tank anymore, and a charge loss will no longer be pad.
Oh, Seed going to turn around and engage behind this MarineKing, finally taking a third base. Force Field's going down, but Seed, I'm just so scared for him right now. I feel like he should be in his natural expansion area. But he's going to charge forward again with these Zealots. He's going to try to power this down, but MarineKing, his kiting is phenomenal. Micro as well. Archon's trying to take down these medevacs. Time Warp going down onto the Bio Army, but Seed just doesn't have enough units.
There's too much MarineKing. Their units are all hurt. There's no medevacs left, but Seed is out of units. Still one more Photon Cannon defending the Immortal, taking on the Marauders one shot at a time.
Oh, Mushroom goes down.
4 Zealots warp in.
It's not going to be enough.
The Immortal doesn't go down yet.
It doesn't.
It finally goes down, but MarineKing's units are running out with the additional warp-ins to flank. I think Seed... Oh, no, more units coming to natural from the other side. Seed's trying to Chrono Boots +3 armor.
He has not stopped sending units across the map. Seed desperately trying to add on more and more Zealots. He's finally going to back away, but again, MKP has that third behind. He's just probably going to wait for more reinforcements here and then engage again, I feel like.
MarineKing has to keep the pressure on because Seed's upgrades are getting out of control here. Once +3 finishes,
he just made his High Templars and Archons.
I think he felt he had no time to wait for Storm. Of course, it takes about 44 in-game seconds for a Templar to get Storm after it's warped in.
Those High Templar were up for like 15 at least before he decided to do that.
Yes, so it was kind of moment.
It's fine, I guess.
Yeah, he's going to push out now. MarineKing's units are hurt. There's no healing. Plenty of Zealots, Archons, Immortal Stalkers.
+3 armor about to finish.
But MarineKing rallies forth. Here comes the pain train.
Oh my gosh, SCV is being pulled here from MarineKing. Now Seed is wishing he had some High Templars. He had one warped in, but I don't think he has enough energy just yet for Storm. SCV is going to be engaging, tanking the damage from the Zealots. Charge Lot's coming in from the left-hand side. Mothership Core trying to get up close and personal as well. The Archon doing a lot of damage, but MarineKing trying to close out his opponent. Seed going to back away. Does that High Templar have energy? Oh, not quite yet. He's waiting.
He needs another about 15 time warp to buy time for Storm.
Okay, that's
a brilliant move there. MarineKing doesn't want to lock in.
+3 is done on the armor.
+3's done.
He's got Storm.
Oh, so many more Zealots warp in. Seed's looking for the mass drop in the main. It's coming at him.
It is. And he can't retreat too much. Gonna leave some High Templars back home. Doesn't want to get those sniped away, so got to be careful about that.
MarineKing's going to do the time warp, hitting from two sides at once.
There's a Storm. Gonna keep those units away.
Another warp in at the natural.
Tense situation, but here come a bunch of units into the main base of Seed. He's going to try to track it down again. Has to be careful, has to be careful to preserve his natural expansion as well. But great position here from MarineKing. Going to be engaging up at the natural as well. Storm's going down, melting away a lot of those Marines. Can Seed hold this off, or does MarineKing have too much?
I think Seed's... Oh, he's held off the drop in the main, but the force of the natural has pushed through. The units are very heavily damaged. Another significant warping at the natural. MarineKing hitting natural from 2 different sides. Units in the back being taken out.
No High Templar, no Storm, so no AoE except for a lone Archon, but it's worrying about a medevac here. More Marines and Marauders coming forward. Seed desperately trying to shove this aggression away. Again, he has that +3 armor to his opponent's +1, and it looks like he's going to do it. This game is pretty crazy.
It's absolutely insane. Seed's MarineKing focusing on the Archons one by one. The Zealots getting low, but +3 armor keeps him alive for much longer than you'd otherwise expect. Seed on the retreat now. Will the Mortal get picked off? No, Seed's able to get some more Zealots in to reinforce. A few Marines rally into the army, but get back. Seed needs to stabilize.
I mean, the big difference here is MarineKing has that third up. It's mining plenty of minerals, and that's going to start hurting for Seed if he doesn't get his third up and running fairly soon. But he has 4 High Templars he just warped in, so once he gets those out, it's just he's got to deal with those mobile medevacs. That's been the challenge
also working on 2-2 upgrades.
Yeah. No Ghost Academy yet, though.
Yes. And now Seed's taking a third base. He's going to try to defend this section. Templar don't quite have Storm yet, do they?
Oh, they do.
Oh, yes, they do.
It's time warp in the Storm. Great combo there from Seed, melting a bit of the damage off of a lot of those Marines. Those medevacs going to have to be working overtime to heal those up. MarineKing has to focus on optimal splitting here. One Archon being made, still 2 High Templars in this competition from Seed. He is desperate for that third base. The main base is mined out. Natural, honestly, getting close to it. Of course, once that third finishes, he will have the ability to use Photon Overcharge, assuming he has the energy required to at least help defend it a little bit. But it's going to be a little bit harder to defend against those drops. So this game is going to extend a little bit forward. And it's going to be up to MarineKing to decide when he wants to engage. He might wait for the 2-2 and then try to do it, but he has to have perfect splitting. Speaking of which, Marines and Marauders absorbing a Storm essentially there, but Seed needs more. Actually, he has a lot of Templar.
He does. Morphing into Templar that use Storm into an Archon. 2 more Templars sitting in the front. He has like 5-6 Storms here.
Yeah.
MarineKing's very heavy in Marauders, of course. He's adjusted his composition because of the threat of Storm. But now there's 2 Immortals in there. There's 3 Archons. The charge shot count isn't insanely high, of course. That's because Seed's main has been mined out, so he's only off of 1 base right now. But his army is still... He has so many High Templar. He's got amazing upgrades in MarineKing. Now as 2-2 finishes, is he going to try to put on the aggression? 3 more reactors on barracks for MarineKing, so his Marine count's going to be very high. But with no ghosts, he's got to be so careful about Storms.
2-2 just finished. Medevac's going to be igniting those afterburners, trying to get into the main base, and there is nothing there. Now, not a lot of probes there, so it's going to be interesting to see how much Seed cares about this. Does not want to lose that High Templar Archive. He's going to have to retreat back to deal with that. Meanwhile, MarineKing scanning his opponent's army composition to see if he can go for it. Very tentative right now.
Not focusing down any of the buildings in the main yet is MarineKing, and Seed's going to defend this with almost no losses. Double feedback go off. The Marauders are trapped by Zealot Warpins. Meanwhile, the main battle in the front, massive Storms go down and MarineKing's army is shattered.
MarineKing still has a ridiculous supply advantage, though, starting up 3-3, so he's going to kite away all day long, taking down plenty of Zealots and Archon. Seed eventually going to have to back away. I'm wondering when he's going to start thinking about going into that Colossi switch, but for now, going to be pursuing his opponent's army across the map. MarineKing has superior mobility here, so he's going to be able to kite away all day. Once again, Storms. High Templar is trying to get a range for that Storm, and MarineKing's just going to lift up and get out of there.
Oh, but he's ditching a lot of the units. Time Warp goes down, and Marauder Crew's being abandoned. Zealot counterattack is heading around. No, it's going to turn back.
Cutting off reinforcements. I'm okay with that.
Yes, yes. Seed's got to be careful for his main. His third he can defend easily, but the drop's heading towards the main.
There is a High Templar there and plenty of Zealots in the main base. MarineKing trying to decide, all right, where is he most vulnerable? The main army coming back from Seed to deal with this. Seed has a supply lead now, 135 to 128, just like that. Seed somehow, some way staying in this game, but Marines and Marauders still alive at Seed's natural expansion. Gonna warp in some Zealots to deal with that. MarineKing gonna have to back away those medevacs, and Seed is right back in this, but MarineKing has 3-3 halfway done. Still no Ghost Academy, though.
No Ghost Academy may be MarineKing's weakness. Seed is... The blue armies are crossing the map. They're a little bit spread out now, but once they gather together, can MarineKing stop it? He's down in supply. Upgrades are even, but there's no ghosts, and MarineKing is almost only Marines with his army back in the main. To counterattack at a third, Seed's going to give that up.
There's nothing back here to defend. Okay, there's a High Templar in the main. Some Zealots going to be warped in here to try to deal with this.
I think he'll keep the Nexus alive.
He should keep that alive. We'll keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, Seed going to be engaging into his opponent's natural expansion. MarineKing is in his main. He's backing up there. He knows he has to stay safe as long as he does damage on this side of the map. Storms are going to go down. Great Storms there from Seed. Meanwhile, the Nexus is about to die. It does end up falling.
Warp! Storm! All the units going down for MarineKing, trying to pick them up and get out of there. Another Storm goes down. MarineKing's supply plummets by 50, and Seed is storming into his main base.
Seed, if MarineKing can hold this off, he'll be in a great position because he killed his opponent's third base. But Seed could be charging into his opponent's main base. MarineKing evacuating inside those medevacs, going to get out of there, and Seed has to be careful not to spread out too much because MarineKing is just going to try to poke and prod at these units, and we're going to essentially see a base trade. MarineKing lifting up all of his units, refuses to lose this game. He's down 150 to 76 in supply. Seed eventually cleaning up the army that was back home, and Seed, I feel like he's in a great position.
MarineKing's last small squad heading out across the map. This is like a Battlestar Galactica trying to evade Seed's massive Cylon force here.
High Templars. They do not have Storm yet. Feedbacking all the medevacs, turning into Archons. Great move there from Seed. Needs to warp in some Zealots. Doesn't have a lot of money, only 55 minerals in the bank, but plenty of Zealots are here. Seed going to be pursuing his opponent's army across the map. He has 3-3 on the bio, but actually he doesn't have the +3 weapon. Storm's going to be trying to flank here from Seed. MarineKing is down 121 to 26 supply, but when he has Marines, he has a way. He refuses to give up, but that medevac is very low on health. Going to go into the main base. No energy, and I think MarineKing, he's about to lose this game.
The last
Seed
squad
somehow is going to make this 2-2.
Wow. What a game by Seed.
Wow.
Trying to knock it off with the Storm, knowing that there's no energy to feed back. MarineKing is, this medevac does not want to die. He's going to fly the corner and make Seed get like a Void Ray to kill his buildings or something. But no, he's going to land an orbital at the top. Maybe with enough mules, he can somehow try to reestablish an army.
An optimistic fellow. Seed is ×8.
MarineKing has so much money. He wanted to spend his money, but Seed didn't give him the chance. Wow, what an amazing game.
Wow.
That's going to be on Rules of Engagement tomorrow, guys. Let me tell you that.
Of course. Speaking of which, you've kind of resumed that every day, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Well, it's every day following this best of 5.
Right.
So today will be
this,
after the next game. We'll take a few-minute break and then.
Great game
yeah.
there. Guys, if you haven't already, get on Twitter, get on Reddit, get on Team Liquid. Tell your friends this is going on, because that was a fantastic game. Of course, we're watching a best of 5 between Seed and MarineKing right now to determine who advances to the next round of this consolation bracket. Of course, if you're just now joining us, this is basically a bracket of the losers of round 1 from the 2013 MLG Winter Championships. We're giving them a second chance at some money. 16 of them, throw them into a bracket, and we're going to see who comes out on top. Of course, again, right now, this is the first match, so we got a lot of awesome content coming your way. And these players are tied 2-2. MarineKing started up 2-0. Seed said, you know what? I'm going to come back. Tied it up 2-2. What a fantastic game report. Guys, stay tuned. Game 5 coming up.